paired up with a lot of long-range champions, right? The fact that you do bring disengage to a comp with your ultimate, that, like you said, the steadfast presence can keep away a lot of these divers. I think it makes sense to pair it up with the Aphelios that they just locked in, right? You be the team playing from the range advantage this time around, looking to kite back. Gives you also flexibility to potentially pick some strong side lane champions, set up for either a 1-4 or a 1-3-1, since you definitely have this core that can probably defend sieges in mid lane.
All right, well, looking to pair it up as for RNG, we're not even going to talk about Zeri this time, guys, unless it goes to a solo lane. Jinx was banned out in that game, number 1, but around the second phase, but they're like, hey, forget Zeri, and I'm kind of expecting this with how Zeri's gone so far. Teams just going past it like, yeah, whatever.
Now I wonder on the side of RNG if you just pick support here, or if you want to like early rotate a Victor, and if you're looking at enemy composition, you're saying, hey, they're wanting to play this range, and you take away the strongest, you know, quote unquote mid laner available, could put a wrench in their plans. But nope, RNG still wanting to keep their comp flexible, because that Victor would definitely lock them into that one set play style. Now with the Nautilus adding some engage to their composition as well, also comboing with the Lee Sin, who would want to look for those opportunities regardless.
I will just say, you know, pure comfort here, especially for the man in support position of RNG. Ming's Nautilus is one of his best champions of all time. Dude, 10 games he played this split alone.
Do you remember 2020 where I think it was like him and Mako, they maybe had like 15 to 20 games of Nautilus, and then like less than 10 games on anything else? It was truly like the year of Nautilus.
There was a time when they had 3 champions played in total, where Nautilus had obscene amount of games played. So it's kind of the same this season. This will be game number 11 from Ming. Mark played Nautilus in game number 1, of course. So game 11 of Nautilus. Thresh is the second most picked.
I really like this ban coming out from Top Esports, because I feel like Xiaohu has probably been the best Vex that we've seen.
Agreed.
So far in the LPL, and with RNG at least signaling that they probably are going to play towards this all-in style against, again, the kite potential coming out, the zone control from the Poppy. I think it's a pretty good call coming out from the side of TS. I wonder what they will go to on 4, though, because we've been wondering, especially about Wayward in the top lane, right? And what you can put him on for a bit of safety. Now that they're on red, they can look to counterpick to circumvent that issue. We're also getting pretty deep down into the mid lane pool. Victor and Orianna being the 2 champions that jump to mind as still blind pickable.
And well, one ban for RNGs have already targeted away the LeBlanc against Knight. Knight's been favoring things like the Silas as well, so I wonder if RNG, just for the sake of it, take away that. Lyric, I was also going to ask, you know, tonight, I thought we might be surprised with a bit of top lane Janna, as Jax gets banned away against Wayward, funnily enough, from Bin's angle. I'm not sure. It doesn't really feel like Bin is one of the players who's going to pull that out, but I thought it was just worth mentioning, considering if Wayward wants something safe, you talked about. Tank top laners have been abused with that Janna pretty much in all cases.
No, so, you know, I think that would have definitely been a variation, but they are going to go with the original plan that we just hit on. But it's like, hey, just save counterpick for top to ensure he has a fine matchup, because Orianna and Victor are still available as blind picks on 4. Yeah. So they do go for the Victor. They round out their composition the way we expected, with these strong backline carries in Aphelios and Victor. On the opposite side, Xiaohu going towards the Ryze. So more proactivity going to be coming out from that mid lane. Gonna need to see him and Bin pairing up quite nicely.
A Bin pick.
And there it is. Love Camille pulling out the Camille onto Summoner's Rift.
Well, that's good, because for Bin, he's like, what? I don't care what I'm going up against. Bin's gonna pull out a favorite. This hover for Wayward, you talked about his champion pool being definitely out there as a big long con. Instead of Kled, it is going to be a Renekton, so from one animal to another. And we're going to see if Wayward can match that tempo.
Yeah, Wayward at least can have the pressure in the early game, right? So they're going to guarantee themselves a bit of prio at least in one lane. Definitely don't want to fall too far behind early, having things like the Poppy Jungler, having the Victor and Aphelios that do need time to scale up. So I think for RNG, again, their comp looks very straightforward. You have Poppy, Renekton, and Leona who are just going to try and be, you know, like warm bodies in front of their Victor and the Aphelios. You have the Poppy ultimate to try to keep people away like Bin. On the side of RNG, it's going to be pick focus. It's going to come down to side lanes. It's their strength from 2021. Xiaohu moving from lane, trying to set up Bin, and then later on comboing Realm Warp into being able to get there, set up for the Hextech ultimatum, and bam! killing members on the side of TES.
Okay, well, again, coming into this game, you know, for RNG Top Esports, just a quick stakes check. RNG 5-1, Top Esports 2-3 right now. Negative KDA, or I should say, win-loss in the LPL, sitting 11th right now. An important series for both. For Top Esports, they had control in game number 1. They had game number 1 by the palm of their hands. Now RNG took it away. We come into a second game where Xiaohu on the Ryze, Bin on the Camille. Holy moly. If Bin gets ahead, he wins games with this pick, despite even going up against the Renekton. Wayward going to have a lot of pressure on him this game. Lyric, I think he played pretty well in game number 1. I'm hoping in game number 2, he can try and put Bin in his place, because the laning phase, Bin started taking over, you know, past the 5-6 minute mark.
Yeah, I'm very curious to see this, because for RNG, we always talk about execution, right? Definitely always think side lane composition's harder to maneuver than just straight up being able to be like, yo, we're going to lose towers, but we're going to stack early dragons, then we're going to get the soul, and you're going to have to fight us, right? So, TS, I'm feeling more comfortable with what they've put together, but if there's any team that has shown they can pilot compositions like this, it has always been RNG. So, pretty standard runes coming out across the board. We do see Airy being picked up by Knight rather than something like the Phase Rush, so is going to be playing for those strong traits against the Victor. Has the stronger level 1 against the Ryze with this Q. You know he's going to be able to poke him out constantly with those E's. You're going to have Wayward putting up pressure in topside and setting up for potential opportunities for Tian on this Poppy.
Well, I think what's interesting to me is that while you're speaking about runes, I'm looking at Tian. Tian's gone Phase Rush here on the Poppy jungle rather than something like the Predator. With the majority of Poppy jungles we've seen, Lyric, am I right in saying that it's been mainly Predator-based?
Yeah, we have seen a lot of Predator. I think we've started to see, you know, Phase Rush as a rune just start to come back in general. Especially for this composition where you don't necessarily need to rely on running in and looking for these early ganks, right? You are going to be the one that outscales. So being able to guarantee that mobility in team fights, I think feels more worthwhile in this composition for Tian.
Okay, nice straight
Oh, Ming!
Onto JackeyLove, he flashes away. That curve, that lollipopping was gorgeous and both disgusting to watch at the same time.
And look at the amount of indifference and apathy on Ming's face.
Just doesn't care. The jacket over him like an absolute boss. JackeyLove and Mark, they've been heavy traded, but because the dredge line missed, they were able to get something back onto Ming that time around. I don't know, man. But that's a rough start with JackeyLove's flash already being burned.
It is, and now we're going to be looking, looks like Ming going to be trying to get some information in the enemy jungle. This is very good, because both teams have dedicated their early... My God, Ming just keeps starting out. Both teams have dedicated their early wards up towards the top side of the map, as always being sneaky.
Waiting. Past that ward. He W'd onto it. Knight has a wave that started to push against. Clears that out. Xiaohu does the same, but Ming now here flash dredge line and takes Knights with it as well. A very big deal. Support flash for mid.
Wayward also just flashed.
Oh, but
we didn't see how. We literally swapped atop the second he flashed. But okay.
Lyric
in keeping up pressure. Here we go. You're gonna get the replay. Slice and Dice is in. Gets a bit of a trade going.
Okay.
Dodging the E, he was completely on cooldown, right? So knowing that Bin can't out-trade in that moment, also having the Knight in this matchup.
Yeah.
So definitely feeling the solo pressure able to come out from Bin.
And here's Tian.
Did kind of spell out his own demise.
Dude, this early game is ramping up. Everyone's just flashing left, right, and center. Ming again, dredge line connects. Look at this, man. The flash from Mark. Dude, if you guys have a flash, press it now.
Yeah, Ming sees you, you are gone. But now we're talking about Tian.
Bin doesn't have flash.
Wayward has a stacked wave.
Bin doesn't have flash. What's the point?
Oh, look. Xiaohu's here, though.
Okay.
Xiaohu making his way up. Xiaohu is able to defend for his good old top laner. He's been in this situation before.
Well, Bin's going to get the help he needs to pick up the wave here and catch up to some of what Wayward's got. And so at this point, I know people want to have an argument about D or F. Theory, I believe it's D. D for flash. Also the first button that comes up as well.
I was going to say, we're not going to have this argument.
No.
I also take flash on F, so we are opposites. His way, looking for the
again
gank. Ming hit the hook.
Ming for the dredge line, no flash available. This repeat gank, absolutely gorgeous. Mark taking the damage, but a three-man grabbing him. JackeyLove saving the day with the ignite in reverse, sent down by Mark. That grabbing him, saving the life of his support.
Really, really nice coming out from JackeyLove with the turn. Did have to blow the heal, also ignite coming out from Mark as well. So for RNG, they're still just getting a ton of value out of this, right? Ming, just walk forward, throw a Q, instantly burning every summoner in the book. This is why in the pregame interview, JackeyLove did show his respect to Ming. I think it's impossible not to respect Ming if you're playing in the LPL. Absolute legend, would be on, you know, a Hall of Fame list for the LPL.
Yeah, I mean...
Oh wait, LPL does have one of those.
Yeah, is he not on it? I thought he was.
Well, you know, he's still playing, so I would assume not.
Yeah, but you can still go on when you're still playing.
Really? That's how that works?
I don't know.
I assumed you couldn't.
Well, okay, I'm pretty sure Xiaohu Xiao's on it, right? Oh, sorry, Wei Xiao is on it.
I was going to say, I don't think Xiaohu Xiao's on it.
Well, Wei Xiao's on it, right? Okay, sorry to fix my mistake. I think Uzi's on it. Because he technically wasn't playing.
That's true, but...
It's hard, guys. If you don't understand, there is, of course, an LPL Hall of Fame. I know Wawa is on it, the caster. I know PDD's on it. As a classic Season 1 top laner.
I was going to say, all these people have not played, though. But we'll get back into the game at hand, since we honestly have no idea.
That's right, my dude.
As Bin now, level 6, Hextech Ultimatum is online. Xiaohu also did just get the Realm Warp. So this is where we can start seeing the combo come out. And right as I say it, we're going to start seeing the combo come out. Both of them starting to make their way up towards the top side. Top Esports have a word spotting them out, though.
Tian a level behind. Now, spotting them out, it's one thing seeing them, but the other thing reacting to the players. Wayward running for his life, but he walks back in. Gary doesn't punish. He has a flash available. As we've said, this is the game
Knight
of
is no
flashes.
TP.
Yeah, so it's going to be a big deal. Left in a 3 versus 2, and Knight stuck in the wave. Gives Bin a bit of pushing power for now, and Lyric, after that play fails, Knight able to get the push in here. It means that Xiaohu has to go back to wave. We just wait for the Herald. We wait for the Dragon play, because for now, it looks like all those ultimates will stay up as Ming goes in again. Zenith Blade right on top as Ming takes a bit of damage, but it is returned. Likewise by Gala.
Yeah, and for the side of TES, right, you're happy with low amounts of volatility in the early game. There's already been some, definitely caused by Ming, but if they can subvert those dives from happening and just get these free laning phases, especially for their mid and bot side, I think they're incredibly happy. And if top lane's not becoming a massive hole the top esports need to worry about, then they are just vibing his way now. Gonna make his way into the enemy jungle and at least find, you know, a bit of counter jungling here. Going to get their vision line set up down towards spot.
Yep. And
you can see on the minimap that Xiaohu, constantly hovering towards sides, wants to proactively use his Realm Warp.
I want to say as well, you talked about top lane being a hole. I mean, hole right now for RNG. 20 CS behind is the Camille. Very good sight here for Wayward. Again, Renekton versus Camille. I know you're going to tell me a very simplistic thing, but it is good that even after the top lane pressure that Finn was given by his team, that Wayward is still in a very comfortable spot.
True, even, you know, him going for the early commit where he makes a bit of mistake, slices and dices in, blows his W, blows his Q, and opens up for the opportunity where he has to flash away from the hook shot, wall shot, but still being able to maintain that advantage in the lane matchup. Soon we're going to get to a point where we're going to have to start seeing that utilized, right? It's the 8-minute mark. You have pressure up in top side. You would expect to see some pressure being put up towards that Herald. The thing is, for RNG, they will be able to get pressure from mid, and Bin right now is pushing the wave back out. So it probably should be RNG the ones who have prio for it, but top esports are already moving their bot lane up.
They are, and for JackeyLove with the Noon Quiver, he's got level 6 as well. Note that Mark without the Solar Flare. Ming will be the same if he goes up, and Ping's going down. They're staying in the bottom wave. Wade is going to transfer that blue buff over to Xiaohu, and Lyric, no one's even looking at this. Is a rare occasion where we've had no one actually start up or threaten the Rift Herald, but oh my god, it's a collapse. RNG are walking into a trap. It's a trap! The red buff is just ignoring everyone at the time being, as Wade gets the kill. Wait, how do RNG walk into the trap and walk out successful?
I don't know, and look, they're still looking to make more plays as Xiaohu's also hovering around top. It's making Wayward have to blow his Dominus and back off. They transition it into a Herald. Like, my god, how do RNG get everything from that position?
And Bin has now just said to Wayward, get lost. I mean, he has to back away. Xiaohu zoning off the wave. Herald being taken. What? We're gonna...
Even in bot, like, your bot lane didn't come up. Gala's gotten to pick up all of this farm. He's gonna get to push in another wave, get a free reset. Like, RNG, I can't wait for the replay from that one, right? We saw one of the highlights, Way kicking, so you know what? We get a pro view of it. So keeping an eye on it, they see the Poppy immediately. The thing I was concerned about was the gravity field coming down, but Way gets, heck, Way flashes over it after getting the kick off. So nice from him. Had either of them been stunned by that gravity field, I'm sure it would have been certain death for at least one of RNG's members.
Again, guys, look at what that led to. A 1,000 gold lead. First blood picked up. Herald picked up. Turret plating in the top side. Turret plating in the bottom side. Actually, 2 pieces of turret plating up in that top lane. For RNG, one simple move, one big play by Way has led to so much as a domino effect for RNG taking a massive lead in this second game.
And they have options with the Rift Herald as well. Like you just pointed out, they've already gotten turret plating in top, got turret plating in bot as well. We're going to see replay Dominus. So this is when Dominus was popped to 4 before Xiaohu started hovering towards top side. So seems like Wayward went for the all-in to stop Bin from being able to move down to the skirmish as well.
For Ignite as well, we're going to stop that healing in the Dominus. So Smite comes down, Way able to get the Scuttle Crab in the bottom side. Herald in his back pocket. 1-0 Lee Sin. He might be blind, but he is not deaf as camera keeps panning up here. We just get to see Wayward get kicked with scissors. Before Gwen, you know, this is the original Gwen. Instead of using the hands, use the legs. As Dredge Line goes through the gap. There's a depth charge in the middle as well. Solar Flare layers down Ming, but there's a Ryze in between 3 people. Super Mega Death Rocket helping out now Knight in poor grievances. The Chaos Storm doing quite a bit of work, but look at Xiaohu take on the army. Now into the backline, Way does the same as here he comes into 4 people. The gravity field knocked back. No! Tian saved him, or maybe saved themselves.
I mean, Tian did his job in that fight, but man, Way finding his way onto JackeyLove. Ming CCing people down, and Xiaohu just like, I'm just going to stand, you know, aggressively forward the whole time, put up this consistent damage, and they're going to get mid lane turret for this. I love this when you are going up against so much wave clear on the opposite side. It can be hard to break down this mid lane turret later on. They're going to be able to get some nice resets off of this. Now we're going to look to see if Top Esports use this window where RNG are resetting to try to set themselves up for a dragon. They will have to answer waves first, so they wouldn't be able to start it up instantly, but at least getting some vision control, you know, of that bot side river, you know, taking away those control wards in enemy tri-brushes.
Biggest thing right now I'm noticing is that RNG are ahead by 3,000 gold. Lyric. Let's watch again. Ming missed this, but he got an on-click one as well.
Also, Xiaohu setting it up with the rune prison as well. And then look at Xiaohu, right? Aggressively staying forward to put off as much DPS as possible. JackeyLove trying to find a kill on the opposite side, but Way connecting with his Q to force out both summoners from JackeyLove. Xiaohu saying, hey, I want to be a little bit cheeky. Instantly gets hit away by Tian's ultimate. But like Hysterics just pointed out, I mean, RNG picked up so many objectives, so much gold off that play.
Huge.
Hysterics, you yourself, how do you feel about what you just said and how correct it is?
I mean, I just feel great. His Hextech ultimate used on top of Way with the Ignites down again. Bin is about the hook shot, wall shot. Wait for it, folks. There's no way that Wayward is getting out, and I realize that RNG Way is going against TES Wayward today. Who really knows the way? I don't know. This guy, this Croc wants to execute on turret, and I think he can do it. Xiaohu has flash, though, and he's not going to let him get away. Again, yep, all right, maybe he will. Execute, you'll take it.
Yeah, I was going to say, for RNG, it's fine. I don't think you dedicate a flash for that, right? He's going to be off the map, so you're just going to get more gold on your Camille top side. He's going to lose more gold in XP from the fact that he is dead. And he was up like 20 CS 5 minutes ago. This just goes to show how much pressure RNG have put up towards that top side with both Way and Xiaohu. Now where he's behind. Bin had a mythic before him. Now we might potentially see a fight for Dragon. Ming is on our screen.
And again, Dredge Line connects onto JackeyLove the kick. He's in the bounce house. Leave Jackie alone. He'll heal up though with the 7 multi, but Gala goes on in. Not enough range. Xiao getting stunned up as well as double kill comes through. Top Esports. Hang on a minute. This looks great with Ming running out of mana, but Xiaohu is the real problem. Tian again pokes him against the wall, but Xiaohu is doing his own little spell casting. Flash again. Mark responds with his own. Tian slowed down, but Xiaohu with the chilling smite, the hammer shock down. Xiaohu still grabbing him there. JackeyLove dies. Xiao freaking who rises his own.
I can't believe Xiaohu just did that, turning around in a 1v3. This guy just played top lane for a year, and he comes back in and he's styling on kids left and right.
4-0-1, man. A triple kill picked up. Xiaohu. Doesn't matter if he played top. This guy was originally a mid laner. He's playing mid better than he's ever played before. That was clutch. And RNG, they maintain that gold lead thanks to that magic man in the mid lane.
And we're going to get to see a replay of how this all goes down. It sucks that the damage dealers aren't here because the setup for Ming and Wei was clean. The knock up into the kick onto JackeyLove is able to get the heal off in the end, isn't instantly bursted out. But now, I don't care about anything. We need to keep our eyes on Xiaohu's Ryze, consistently putting off this damage. He's left untouched. Now you look at it, right? Poppy not bringing any real engage. Sure, he can close the gap. He'll be able to kite her out. Xiaohu going in with the flash to get the damage on the mark. We're going to see how he goes down. Oh my god, that is so absolutely unfortunate. And enough DPS. His cooldowns come up fast enough to finish off JackeyLove as well.
And we go again. The depth charge in the bottom side river. And look at Xiaohu now with the Everfrost available. This level 11 Ryze. He's going to do it all again, folks. He's getting burnt down, though. And finally, Xiaohu goes down. But the next problem is Wei. Wei and Ming versus Tian and Mark. I know who wins. Chaos Storm comes through as he goes gold with the dredge line. But now Gala's in for the mixes. The range comes out. Gala gets one. Gets excited. On to Knight as the next target. But will he be there in time? I mean, for Knight, get out of there. Gala and Wei as a unit continue, and even though Xiaohu goes down, you got to worry about all the other members of RNG.
Yes, I was going to say it's 2 for 2, but the thing is, Bin is the one who has pressure in that top lane matchup, so he's able to push in that wave top, instantly move towards mid, and push this wave in as well. So for RNG, they're at least able to keep up their map pressure from the fact that they are ahead in that top lane matchup. But man, we got to take a second just to once again say, we are so lucky to watch the LPL. Yeah, this is a great league. There's no other way to say it, as we see Top Esports trying to make this play down towards the bottom side because they do see the Jinx showing in mid lane. Tons of CC comes out, JackeyLove able to get off a good amount of damage, and Xiaohu going down quite early in the fight. Knight shows up, lasers come out, drops the Chaos Storm. If Gala can find some resets, you know, maybe a bit earlier, like on Mark, you can start getting more done in this fight. Was able to force out summoners from Knight in the end.
But hey, they got Xiaohu from Top Esports, and we're able to get a semblance of a fight, but the problem was Gala comes in, the rest of the cleanup crew, and Top Esports still, look at the gold lead. They're down 4,000 just about 17 minutes of the game, and it continues to be quite an issue where RNG are getting objective after objective. Another Herald picked up at the 17-minute mark, and Lyric, I want to point out, while things are going from bad to worse, Xiaohu has picked up a Fimbulwinter. Well, it's going to be a Fimbulwinter pretty soon.
That's just normal.
Yeah.
That's just normal.
But he's 2 items, dude. He's 2 items as a Ryze, and I don't know who stops him in this side lane.
Oh, there's no one. I mean, heck, even before the Fimbulwinter, right, there's no one. Both of RNG's solo lane champions win in side lanes against Top Esports variant. It's not what Top Esports comp is built for. It is built for having to answer these waves and just waiting for the timers where you can group up and try and get into an advantageous position where you can try and find these 5v5 team fights. RNG going to be able to keep up this pressure in sides, though. They do have the Rift Herald with Wei as well. We're going to keep an eye on where he wants to go. Bot lane turret is pretty close to being broken down, but it's so low you'd probably want to break that one down without having to expend a Rift Herald to look for it.
I mean, for Bin, should be able to get this comfortably as well. Knight's going to pop up here, but Bin has to be careful. Tian at helm of Knight at the moment. So coming into this game with Dragon coming up in a minute 20, Lyric, it's time to talk to me about how RNG plays this out, because playing towards sides using the semi-global and Xiaohu's ulti, Super Mega Death Rocket, you know, playing towards Bin, is that just still the way you go, or is it now we just play around Xiaohu because of how big he is?
Oh, you're definitely playing more around Xiaohu in my mind as compared to Bin. And they could go for plays where I'm surprised they didn't look for one here, where it's like, okay, Xiao pushed in top wave a lot faster than Bin, gets to reset off first. Try and use that window to look for a pick down in the bottom lane on the Victor with Ryze able to follow. Wayward would have to extend a TP, but instead they don't. They just go for the safer play that they feel like they're in the lead as they are, right? And they're just going to keep letting their solo laners pressure in these isolated situations. The interesting thing will be to see if they can maintain dragon control and if top esports will even look to contest. Right, it would only be second dragon for the side of RNG. As TS, you can just look to pick up more gold. But look at your jungle. There's no camps.
That's true. What do you take? There's nothing to take. Way with the Herald as well. He's about to smack that down in the bottom lane as it's getting close to expiring. So here we go. 3 members plus Shelly. That makes 4. Remember that Shelly, she's mad. She doesn't like cards. Wayward goes on in. The Dominus actually pops his way. Absorbs the damage. He flashes himself as well. But TP's coming through. Depth charge as well. So Mega Death Rocket. Ming's in once again. Everyone in with the Hextech Ultimatum. Ben in the back line. JackeyLove taking it as well. But Ben actually getting hurt pretty badly. Xiaohu still spreading that disease. And you can see everyone wants to get out of there. Knight now joining in as the Sonic Wave connects the Chaos Storm down as well. But Gala going forward. Cleanses. It's a little late. Chaos Storm comes through as the Realm Warp gets them out of there. They got the inhibitor turret lyric pre-20 minutes. There's a dragon there waiting. RNG
Wait. Pings coming out towards the top side for top esports. That always scares me when you see pings coming out around Baron for TS because you're like, what are they going to do? Looks like they're just going to get some vision for now. In that last fight, it looked like Gala wanted to keep going, but the team reined him in. The team were like, no, it's time for Dragon. Get over to the Realm Warp, Gala. It's not time to pop off and get pentakills. I can't believe everyone on TS walked away with a sliver of HP.
Yeah, no one died in that last fight.
No one. 0.
So, this game feels like it's done diddly done. You know what I mean? Like, we're almost at 6,000 gold in the lead for RNG. There's 2 dragons. And a lot of people might be like, oh, but, you know, Lyric talked about scaling. You did talk about a scaling element coming through from top esports and how they wanted to chill in this game. Is it relevant when we're going up against a Jinx, a Ryze, a Camille in the side lane? Like,
no, I mean, right, this gold lead is so massive for RNG that, I mean, heck, they've strong late game champions as well, as you just pointed out. But for TS, they haven't been able to get early dragons. They haven't been able to stem the bleeding. So they don't have that same, like, hey, we're close to Dragon's ult point. We can force them into 5v5s from an even footing. No, now you can't force them into anything. You're 6k gold behind, and they just have easy access to your immobile carries with Hextech Ultimatum, with the Realm Warp, and JackeyLove and Knight's Life, it's going to be hell.
It is. And I'm excited to see how JackeyLove handles himself in this kind of situation. JackeyLove's an interesting player. When JackeyLove is
Gale Force, is going forward.
He will go forward. That's exactly right. The answer I was looking for there. This series is also kind of delivered, right? You know, RNG have blown it up, but there's been crazy moments in both this series and the series before today. And as we head towards another inner turret, Xiaohu left on his lonesome. Tian actually flashing forward. The heroic charge into Xiaohu, but this guy's a tank. Remember, this fridge is literally a Fisher and Paykel. It doesn't malfunction. It just continues on running as 3-item Xiaohu takes no damage and cares not for Tian.
Well, it also shows that maybe your Poppy should not be the one looking for these primary engages, right? TS are desperate, so I understand why they're looking for it. They feel pressured to make something happen now, or they're just going to continue to slowly bleed out to the amount of pressure on the map RNG can put up. And it looks like RNG maybe just going to set up the Baron and not just outright start it. Let some resets come out, pick up some more items, as we do see the last Whisper being picked up for Gala, so he realizes they have a Leona, a Renekton, and a Poppy. I'm only going to be hitting frontline. It's not my job to get on the back line. That is all for Bin, Wei, and Xiaohu to navigate, which actually Xiaohu's just been hitting frontline as well. Yeah. He's just dealing a ton of damage.
Crazy that Ryze does that much damage, but he has 2 tank items that are never flop. And look, Dead Man's Plate's coming up next. For Xiaohu level 14, he's, again, I called him a fridge. Lyric, you know, from Facebook Marketplace, I bought this Fisher and Paykel fridge for the reference. And it's been absolute unit. If I put Xiaohu on this Ryze next to it, I don't know which door I'd try to open. I don't know where I'd put my cheese. Would I put it in Xiaohu? Maybe. That's the appeal right now.
All right. Well, Hysterics getting a little bit hystericsy right now.
What?
So we're just gonna focus on the game. Oh my God, Vincent cheese.
Well, 1v2, he's been in this position before on the Camille. Can't get the re-engagement onto Wayward. Bit of shielding comes through, but it's not enough. Chaos Storm helps out with the kill. 2 members committing to this bottom side while RNG and top side. Lyric, can you still threaten the Baron? Do you look to start it up now?
I don't think you should, right? Both of the opposing side have TPs. Very cool to see that top esports having the characters that aren't really side lane champions, being the one to look for the side lane pick, realizing, hey, we need to potentially give up pressure top to find something somewhere else on the map, was pretty unexpected as well. So overall, just nice cleverness coming from them. In TS, I don't think they're going to start this, right? It looks like they are just clearing vision out with the fact that Wei and Ming are still in the area. Dragon coming up in 45 seconds, though, so RNG's focus maybe going to pivot down towards there. Could open up for opportunities for TS to try to rush a Baron. Would be quite greedy.
At 35 seconds, that'll lead to Soul Point. RNG on a Cloud Soul game. I will say, with Realm Warp, with Hextech Ultimatum, you know, even Gala's ulti, Cloud Soul's still nice. Are we still on the same line that it is still the weakest soul in the game? Hang on, need to pause. Don't answer my question, Lyric. Leave the suspense here as Tian. Once again, they want him, but hey, it's a surprise. Reverse gank. Tian in trouble, and you know what? Knight's like, boys, I'm out. I'm not going anywhere near that. Tian tried.
And this is Baron. This is Baron for the side of RNG. Top esports are not even in a position to look to trade Dragon on the opposite side. They still want to contest.
They do.
Chaos storms up.
Yeah, Knight with the ulti down. That's what I want to see. Wayward with his own ulti and Flash getting the back line. Ming at half HP, but Baron's going down at 2k. All you need is a smite to secure, and they've done it. RNG here with the winning tools, but the ulti from JackeyLove, absolutely massive. Hextech Ultimatum in the back line, though, and now Bin's all in. Hit with the scissors legs while Gala gets the reset. He may go down, but RNG take it as easy as it comes.
That's what happens when you have an 8k gold lead with champions like Camille on your side against immobile carries. We saw JackeyLove able to find a really nice Moonlight Vigil. Instantly Bin jumps on him and he's gone. So RNG pick up the Baron. They're going to be able to start pressuring all these waves. And heck, they're getting red buffs. They're getting dragons. They're taking everything from the side of top esports.
Again, RNG sealing the deal. 10,000 gold will soon be 12,000 as we look at the replay here with no jungler. Top esports tried their heart out. Hit this game Baronless.
Yeah, we see them. They do commit to it because they do know they do have that smite advantage. Xiaohu and Ming trying to buy some time. Gravity Field does lock them down, sets up for JackeyLove to find a really nice Moonlight Vigil. But bam! Bin instantly on to JackeyLove. He really can't do anything about it as, you know, they clean up the rest of the fight. Just the usefulness, the utility of having these backline divers.
I tell you what, kicks from Lee Sin today have been pretty clean. Way with another one to add to the list. So huge props there and huge respect as feels like RNG have cleaned up this series, and at 27 minutes, we're heading for an easy 2-0. But it definitely won't be like that if people remember the series. Game number 1, Top Esports had it in the palm of their hands, and even this game, there were moments where Top Esports were able to keep themselves in high spirits. RNG now with the Baron buff, though. Lyric, they want to clean this up, and look at the gold lead. 10,000 gold. Help me.
I mean, look at Gala. Back to finish the Infinity Edge as well. Last time he was just sitting on Kraken Slayer, Rapid Fire, and the Last Whisper. So he is going to be hitting like an absolute truck. Knight being forced to blow his ulti just to try and get some damage down, chunk them out and prevent the push. Oh. And bam! Realm Warp play towards the top side. Bring those Baroned up minions there. Spread their forces thin. And get some more damage.
Well, they're going on Bin. Hextech Ultimatum onto Wayward, though, and 3 versus 2. Top Esports are going to clean this up. RNG thought, yeah, we can do it. And then JackeyLove appears and says, howdy. Once with the Gale Force forward, another shutdown. RNG, what did they get for it? They didn't even get top.
Yeah, for RNG, right, you want to keep Bin playing far enough forward to where you're making them respond on multiple angles. But definitely can't look for the commit there, especially when in RNG's top and mid waves, they didn't actually have any minions. So it's not even a scenario where it's like, okay, Bin is dying, but we can take an inhibitor turret or an inhibitor. They just had to wait for another wave.
You know what the crazy thing is? We need to see about 6 of these before it actually matters, doesn't it? Is that true?
We need to see quite a bit, but this goes to what we were just saying, right? They playing a bit too far forward. I do understand trying to put enough pressure to pull focus there, but no waves in top or mid right now, so for RNG, sadly not able to answer anything for those. Just nice finds coming out from the side of TES.
Well, again, as I said before, it feels like they're going to need a lot more. So at 29 minutes, RNG try to end. They try to get multiple lanes at once and sack one of them. For Top Esports, 2 minutes 30, alleviate the pressure until the Baron comes up next. Dragon Soul in 2 minutes 15. And now we're just counting our chickens before they hatch. For RNG, the 5-1 team, guys, they win this. Towards the end of this week, I just need to look at schedules. Super quickie dicky. Lyric, as I go to spring season, first of all, as tonight kind of rounds out, I just need to make sure no EDG. There's not. LNG BLG is coming up tomorrow as well, so I guess they're the other team that can match and actually take over RNG. But for now, RNG, they win this, they get top 2. And it's a big deal considering that RNG have already played some pretty difficult matches, right? BLG's come through, FPX, you'd consider one as they lost as well. If they beat top esports, another difficult match down the drain, in a good way. You know, when things go down the drain in a good way. Then V5 LNG next week. That's how you warm yourself up to returning from Chinese New Year.
It also brings us to an interesting conversation for RNG where, right, like, how good are they? Are they the best team in the LPL? Because this was a conversation we had the other day. It's like, RNG might have the best teamwork that we've seen, maybe the best idea to play the map, but EDG just look like such a force right now. They're winning half of their games just purely by lane diffing people. That's the matchup I'm excited for, but Ming looks for a hook.
Yeah, as Tian tries to stop him, but into the back line. Hextech ultimate him again. Jackie! He's dead. Ladies and gentlemen, he is dead. Top esports are now in a crevice against the Ryze. Not where you want to be. RNG counting numbers at this point. Gala with another reset. 3 members dead. Teleport to the top side. RNG want to take it home.
Now, RNG, they were hard pushed in game 1, but this time around having a much easier time. TES trying to find a pick on Bin to delay them, but with these death timers, at the very least, RNG can pick up a few inhibs, if not just end the game.
Well, 20 seconds, and, you know, JackeyLove not available, Tian not available. RNG have the method to end this one, and after what the series was, the flash forward with the dredge line, great timing from Knight, but on the traps, he has to flash himself. Wayward in the backline while Knight just gets disintegrated. The original Gwen, except using the legs instead. Bin snips down, and RNG with 5 members alive. They're going to end this one, even with JackeyLove up and available. Hang on a minute.
I don't know.
Hang on a minute. They need to kill JackeyLove. He goes gold. Ming doesn't care. Helping on Tian as well. Sonic Wayward at the back line. JackeyLove up next. He's already picked up a double kill. RNG struggling to end it. Taken from the fountain, but Gala's resetting. Never mind. Everyone's dying. Please, RNG, you know this game must end. We don't need to sit through this. We understand the end result. It's 2-0. It's RNG moving up to first. It's top esports moving down to 2-4. In short, tonight has been an absolute doozy.
Tonight was amazing. Just thinking back to earlier this game, Xiaohu on the Ryze, having the crazy like 1v3 team fight where he just picks everyone off. Thinking back to game 1 where it was top esports in a commanding lead before they sadly did throw. We had a new look top esports. We had Knight versus Xiaohu. There was so much going on in this matchup. And heck, that's even ignoring the series we had before, right? So amazing night of LPL coming through. RNG do end up our victors. I feel like Xiaohu in both games putting up such insane performances. If